Good evening. First and foremost, I want to congratulate all of the inductees tonight and their family and friends and supporters. It is a great honor and privilege for me to be up here tonight and to have the opportunity to present a Twin Cities Business Hall of Fame award to my great friend, brother, and business comrade, Mr. Richard Copeland. Richard is the epitome of three very distinct words that I want to share with you tonight. First and foremost, he is a pioneer. And for me, that means he's opened up new areas of thought, research, and development. And that's evidenced by his nearly 40 years of leadership in the construction industry and in the trailblazing models that he's created for white-owned firms and firms of color, and the models for people to follow. Secondly, Richard is a champion. That means he is an ardent defender and supporter of causes and people. Two primary causes that I know that Richard will eternally be committed to is minority entrepreneurship and job creation, and the utilization of building as a tool for community development. Third, Richard is a star. That means he inspires others with his outstanding performance, as evidenced by his business ownership in Thor Construction, which, as you heard, is one of the largest industrial service firms in the country, African-American owned, as well as Copeland Trucking, which he acquired from his father in 1984 with his partner, Tim Hogue, and even this year is experiencing the best year in the history of the company. STAR, though, is also an acronym to me, and if you know me, I love acronyms, that really kind of describes his performance attributes and how he lives his life and what he teaches to all of us at Thor and in this community. The S in STAR is he shows up. He shows up. Proactively and persistently, he's a part of showing up to create and comprehend opportunities. In fact, he has told me oftentimes that he gives primary credit to his success to Ravi. I always showed up. T is he's transparent with his intents and with the information so that his words have authenticity and integrity. The A is he's accountable. He's responsible for the choices that he makes. And he's always built ways to evaluate quantitatively and quantitatively his choices. And finally, and maybe most important, is he's resilient. He knows how to deal with temporary setbacks, shocks to the system, and how to survive through some of the toughest environments, conditions, and circumstances. That's pretty important in what we're dealing with in our community right now. I've learned many things from Richard. The love I have for the man is deep. But one of the things I'm most proud of is that he's helped me become a better decision maker. He's helped me to understand the difference between being smart, being intelligent, and being wise. So please, without further ado, join me in congratulating the pioneer, the champion, the star that is Richard Copeland.
Who made the mistake and invited these construction guys? Who are these guys? Well, Ravi, thank you. You can see why he's CEO of my company. First and foremost, I want to acknowledge the other winners tonight. You know, Dave, Jenny, Ed, and Phil. Illustrious group. I don't belong to be with such movers and shakers. However, they put me here, and so here I am. I want to acknowledge my family. I got Cassie, 12 years, Cameron, my boys, Leo and Derek. That's my family. Then there's the Thor family. Got two tables of them over there. I've got, I'm a loyal guy. Insurance representative, Steve, Rachel, 25 years. Ezel, everybody knows Ezel. Can't miss Ezel. Ezel and Gwen, Jeff, Maggie. 23 years we've been friends and partners in business. Steve and Jeff took me on when I had to beg somebody to write my insurance and I had to beg somebody to do my accounting. So they've been with me through thick and thin. I've become relevant. A few years ago, I became relevant again because the economy turned down. Before that, when the economy was good, they went past my office to each other's office. Then the economy turned down, and they started asking me for my wisdom. Thank you for acknowledging my wisdom. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank God for having a divine plan for me when I had no plan of my own. My relationship with Mortensen, 22 years, started over a racquetball game with the VP from Mortensen. People work with people they like, and I learned that early on. We brought Sunrise Bank, sorry Dave, scratching and clawing along and supporting us through thick and thin. They got so deep they had to stick with us. So I just have one simple thought because I'm a simple, organic person. There's issues in this state and in this country that we can't ignore. It's become first and foremost in front of the press. And we as a company, as the video said, are doing our part. It takes all of us. So I'm reaching out to Minnesota. I'm reaching out to the business leaders. This is a business award I'm receiving, and business has to play its part in solving this crucial dynamic that will lead us back to prosperity. We need to engage everyone in solving this issue that is horrendous. We need to have a just and honest police presence because we need them for our survival and our prosperity. We also need business to engage our community. Little known fact, 93% of our $200+ million of business isn't conducted in Minnesota. We are rising and superstars in Vegas, Atlanta, New Orleans, St. Louis, but we get only less than 10% of our business here. I looked at the 25 largest minority-owned businesses in the state of Minnesota, and I own 2 of them. Yet, if you look at the reality of it, our income isn't derived here. We have to support African American, Native American, minority-owned businesses for the survival, for the prosperity of this community. I've got my Greater Minnesota, Support Minnesota. I stand with Melvin on the Meet Minneapolis board. I believe in this city. I believe in my community. I believe we can work together. We can stand shoulder to shoulder and solve these issues, but we need investment, We need you to hire and to employ 60% of our workforce, out of the 200-some people we employ, are people of color. We walk our talk. Join me in walking that talk. Thank you.